7 years ago, we set out to create the world's finest net-mounted tennis scoreboard. We wanted to improve the playing experience for all tennis players, truly making every match feel special, thus making every court center court. TopScore is simple and fun to use. First of all, there is no on-off button. Just pull the cover off and you're in business. TopScore uses e-paper technology, which only requires power when the buttons are being pushed. This allows TopScore to hold a battery charge for up to 2 years. How TopScore functions is very intuitive. The large numbers on the outside, which represent the games won in a set, go from 1 to 9, simply by pushing the up and down arrows. The 9-game limit allows TopScore to keep score of traditional sets, 8-game pro sets, and even the occasional 10-point super tiebreaker. And you'll notice that the buttons are very sensitive to the touch, much like a smartphone, so you really don't have to push hard at all. The 2 smaller numbers on the inside represent the number of sets won, and they go from 1 to 3 by pushing the up and down arrows set beneath them. Every 2 games after a player updates their match score, hitting the changeover button, which is the icon with 2 crossing arrows, will swap the numbers on both sides of the board, eliminating the need to spin the board. TopScore also has a home visitor function, which is the icon that resembles a half moon. By pushing this button, it allows for the numbers to be all white, all black, or split, which can indicate a home visitor situation. If you're not using the split color function, going with all black numbers on the white TopScore will give you the best visibility, just as the white numbers on the green board will give you the best visibility. The reset button, the icon which is simply spelled out, will reset the number of sets won on the first push, and then will reset the games won on the second push. And while TopScore will withstand temperatures from 5 to 40 Celsius, as well as moisture from the occasional rainstorm, it always makes sense to cover and care for TopScore at all times. We want you to enjoy the world's finest net-mounted tennis scoreboard for many, many years. What we wanted to do is improve the playing experience for players. Much like on a golf course, you always were able to read the yardage to the green on a sprinkler head. Very simple, and it worked. But to improve the playing experience, they went to GPS. It was more accurate, it was more interesting for the players, it made the golf experience more fun. And that's what TopScore does. It's easier to use, it's better visibly, it makes every court, every match feel special, and it's a permanent upgrade for every tennis facility.
Oh, it's so simple to use, and with the probably the most predominant scorekeeping device before this is what they call the flip cards. And for as many years as I've tried to use those, you never flip it the right direction. And although they're supposedly in order, it always seems like they're out of order. So to change the score, you just, flipping these things around. With TopScore, all you do, you walk up to it, you hit the button, and it's done.
It's a much easier way of keeping score for the players themselves, which obviously makes it easier for the spectators. If the players have an easier time switching the score, then a lot of times the people watching and trying to keep track of a match, they won't struggle, because a lot of times with the other system where you have to flip the scorecards or use the tennis balls, people just skip that. They don't want to deal with the extra work. So I think the fact that it makes it easier, it's a win-win for both the players and the spectators.
way better than the cards, way easier, it's bright. When my wife comes and watches with her friends, they can all see it. They know what's going on in the match. They don't have to yell at me to switch the scorecard. It's not rickety, it's not cheap, it looks nice. I love it. It's really changed. It actually really has changed our club dynamic, and everyone loves it. So it's awesome. It's worked out really well.
I think it's a better spectator device. I think because it's so easy that people will do it as they go by. Where before they had to flip cards, they just didn't. But people here will push a button to show what the scores are. And it's so visible. I mean, I can be up on the deck and I can be looking at the scores over here or on the scores on court 3 or court 4, which I couldn't do before.
You can, flip cards are great, but if you go to a club and you look and you see they've got something like the TopScore scoreboard, it's a little bit higher class, a little touch of elegance on the court, and I think makes the whole atmosphere a little different, and so brings the level of the club up in my mind.